What's up everybody, Tony here with High-Tech Check, and today we're going to be taking a look at a whole bunch of different screen protectors as well as some case covers for your brand new Apple Watch Series 7. Now I will be putting links in the description for all of these screen protectors in case you guys want to pick them up yourself, and if you guys like me and you want to support my channel, please use those links because it helps me keep purchasing products to do reviews for you guys. I also want to let you guys know that this is not a sponsored video. I purchased all of these screen protectors with my own money. And I'm also doing this for you guys because I know how frustrating it is to try to find that perfect screen protector. And so this is pretty much your one-stop shop. It'll give you a wide variety of different screen protectors for your brand new Apple Watch Series 7. Now I will also be putting timestamps for all these screen protectors in the description because this is going to be a very lengthy video, but stick with me because it's going to be worth it. All I ask is that you hit that like button to show me that you care that I'm doing this for you, and consider subscribing to my channel because I will also be doing more videos like these in the future. So let's go and see which ones are the best and which ones are the worst. So one thing I do want to get out of the way before we start is to let you know that before every screen installation, I will be wiping off the screen with an alcohol wipe and drying it off. So we don't have to show that again. Let's go ahead and get started. So first up we have SuperShieldz screen protector. So here we get a squeegee, we get our little wipes, we get what looks like 3 screen protectors and some dust stickers. So it doesn't look like they give you anything to clean off the screen, so I need to go ahead and get some alcohol wipes. So now what you want to do is you want to peel off the number 1 on the side here. We'll go ahead and peel that off and don't touch the underside. And then we're going to line this up the best that we can here. So you just eye it the best that you can. It's okay that there's bubbles underneath here because we're going to be lifting it up again anyway. But just try to smooth out the screen protector the best you can. Then once we do that, we're going to lift up, put your squeegee behind the number 2. We're going to lift up. We're going to push that out then so the plastic piece goes over the screen. Okay, so that's out. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Go ahead and lift up on that and then just push it forward. Okay. Now once that's done, we'll peel off the number 4. Make sure you don't peel off the screen protector. We'll go ahead and peel that up. And the screen protector is on there. So now we'll kind of just push it down the best we can. And once you're done with that, you can kind of just use your thumb to kind of push around on the edges. Push it down. Make sure it's smooth all over the place. So from what I can tell, it looks pretty good. It's not exactly centered, but you know, you did the best you could with just eyeballing the screen because there is no guide. It seems like it protects the majority of the screen, which is nice. There are a couple bubbles right here. I don't know if you can, there. A couple bubbles right at the top there. You can see them right there. One right there and one right there. But for the most part, it looks pretty nice. It does feel pretty smooth. It's a little, just a tiny bit grippy, grippier than the glass. But it doesn't use any adhesive. And it seems to be sticking down pretty well. So this isn't bad. I mean, you can definitely tell that it is not glass because it's not perfectly smooth. You can kind of see some of the ripples in the plastic. It's not super bad, but when you're looking at your watch, you can't even tell. It looks fine. So if you want to protect your screen, I mean, this isn't a bad option. So not bad at all. I'm pretty impressed. I like that. Very easy installation. Again, it's going to be a little hard to get it perfectly, but it seems to be doing the job. Now, let's go ahead and see what happens when I put on a case protector. So here I have a very simple protector. I'm going to put the name of the protector right up here because I don't know it offhand and it doesn't say on the back of the box. So this one is very simple. It's got like a matte finish to it, which is really nice. It's not just like the hard plastic. All we need to do is simply put it on top of the screen like so and clip it into place. And it seems to cover the area of the screen protector, which is great because it'll help keep it down. So it'll prevent peeling. And now your watch is protected from the sides and the top screen, which is nice. Feels pretty cool. Like I said, it's got that matte finish on it. Doesn't add a lot of bulk to the watch. It does seem to be rubbing against the crown, so it's not working 100%, which is not good. So even though the bumper looks pretty nice, it doesn't work well with the crown, so I would definitely tell you to stay away from this bumper here. Then here we have these other plastic bumpers. They are super cheap. Just simply based off the fact of that, I wouldn't even recommend these. Again, I don't know the name. They're kind of just some generic plastic case. But again, I will be putting the names because there's more than one of these that I bought. I will be putting the names up here. Just stay away from these. Do not buy these on Amazon. They're just super flexible, flimsy, real cheap. I would not recommend these at all. So I'm going to give these a thumbs down. But at least you know this screen protector works well with those type of bumper cases. The one I showed you aren't particularly good, but this screen protector does seem to be staying down pretty well. And I'm pretty satisfied with it. Like I said, it feels pretty good. It feels pretty slippery, easy to type. Touch works perfectly fine, so you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend the SuperShieldz. I'm going to go ahead and give that one a thumbs up. And if you're wondering about taking it off, you just simply peel it up. It comes off very easily, and it doesn't leave any residue behind. There you go. All right, next up we have Rinoskin shield. So here we have all of our screen protectors. It looks like you get 8 of them. Get our rebate. Get a squeegee, a wipe, and it doesn't look like it comes with anything to clean your screen off, so I'll have to do that again. So this is going to be a wet installation, and they don't give you anything for that. You're going to need to just get a cup of water, put a little bit of soap, just a very tiny bit of soap in it, and then dip one of these screen protectors in the water. Then we can apply it. So go ahead and put our fingers in the water here. Go ahead and take one of these off. And we'll dip this in the water too. And use our squeegee here to kind of get out any of the water that we can. And kind of push down the edges here. So I've pretty much got the screen down. It's not as easy to get down as the first one because you're fighting with getting the water out. But as you can see, the screen is definitely more ripply than the ones that don't use the liquid. The touch feels fine. Touch is working fine. There's no issues there. But you do have to let this dry once you're done with it, just to kind of let it cure a little bit. I personally don't like these wet type of installs because they're so much harder to deal with versus just the ones that kind of stay down like the first one we did. So it does seem to be staying down. You just have to maybe fight with it for a few minutes, keep rubbing it, pushing it down to get it to stick. But it doesn't seem really too bad. It's a little harder to get the perfect installation because it does slide around on you. We'll see how it works with the cover. Seems to look just fine. Not too bad. Like I said, touch is working fine. It's just a little bit of a pain in the butt to deal with the wet install versus just the regular ones that stick down. It's not super grippy. Again, it's just slightly grippy, so your finger will still slide on it. It's just the fact that I don't like the install process. Me personally, I would say stay away from the screen protector, but if you don't mind the wet installs, then it should be fine for you. Next up, we have YMHML. Here we have a ton of screen protectors just in case. We have our squeegee. We have a ton of alcohol wipes so you can wipe and clean off your screen. We have a ton of dust stickers and what looks like some sort of installation tool. So this is pretty cool. It is a little installation tool. It's to keep your watch in place as you install it. You peel off the back here. It's got a sticky back. You put it down and then you peel off the other side. It's all sticky also. And this little cutout here is for the little sensor on the back of your watch, which you put into place and it'll keep it from moving around during installation. That's pretty cool. I can't use mine because I have this type of band. The band that you need to use this with is the one that kind of opens up across, you know, the whole thing here, but it doesn't matter. It's okay. I can still install it with that, but that's what this is for. Okay, so you're going to take one of your screen protectors here. You're going to want to peel off the label 1. You make sure you don't touch the underside of the screen protector once you've taken that off. Then what you need to do is kind of eyeball it the best you can. Then once you're comfortable where you want it, just push down on the line in the middle here. So you can see the little dark spot. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take our squeegee. We're going to put it behind one of the numbers here, which mine had already fallen off, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and lift up on that screen protector and kind of push out. So it goes out like that. And we're going to do the same thing for the other side. Go ahead and put it on the line here, lift up on the screen protector, and then squeegee that out. Okay, once that's done, we're going to peel up the number 4, but make sure, again, you don't peel up the screen protector with it. If you do, you can just peel it back down. Looks pretty good. And then we'll push down all of the sides. First, I'd probably use my thumb. Just push all of the sides down. Make sure everything's nice and even. And then you can take your little wipe and kind of smooth it out. Looks pretty nice. It is sticking down very well. For the most part, it seems to cover the major parts of the screen, which are the top. The touch is working just fine. No problems there. Looks just as clear as the glass does. It feels pretty smooth. No touch issues there. Again, it's just so slightly grippier than the glass because it is that rubbery type of TPU. But it looks great. Very nice. As you can see, it looks pretty clean, no bubbles. There is that little ripple in the middle, but it's not too bad. I think it looks pretty nice. Not bad at all. And then again, if you're curious if it works with the case, covers the edges just perfectly. So everything, again, is protected on your watch. So I like the installation. They give you everything you need for it. It seems to be staying down pretty well. Touch feels pretty good. And it looks nice. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a thumbs up. Next up, we have LK screen protector. So this one does come with a little piece of silicone to help the installation. It is nice and grippy. Doesn't move too much, so that's pretty nice. Here it comes with a thank you card and some stickers. Here we have our installation packet. It comes with our squeegee, some alcohol wipes, some dust stickers, and a dry wipe. And then this one also comes with a whole bunch of screen protectors as well. So again, for this installation, you're going to go by numbers. You want to peel off the number 1 first, which is the back, and you don't want to touch the underside. Now we're going to go ahead and just kind of eye up the best we can the installation here. Once you're comfortable where it is, just push down on the line in the middle. Go ahead and take our squeegee. We'll put it behind the line here and peel up on the number 2. And then we'll push that over our watch. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and flip the watch around, do the same thing for number 3. Put the squeegee in the middle and lift up. We'll push that over our watch, sorry. Then we'll go ahead and peel up number 4. Just make sure you don't peel up the screen protector with it. Okay, looks pretty good. Then we'll go ahead and take our thumb and just kind of push down on the edges here. Make sure everything is down really nice. Touch seems to be working just fine. We'll go ahead and take our wipe and kind of smooth down the edges even more. That looks pretty nice as well. I'm a big fan of these installations that don't use the wet application because they're just that much easier. You don't need the hassle of dealing with liquid. There's the screen there. You can still see some little rippling. It's not too bad. Touch is, just like all the other ones, is ever so slightly grippy, but it is nice and smooth. Touch works perfectly fine. No issues there. Again, it covers mostly all of the screen, all of the major parts. No bubbles, looks really nice. Screen is nice and clear. And we'll go ahead and try our case. Very nice installation, that's the way I like it. So these screen protectors work really well with these bumper cases, in case you want to totally protect your watch. Okay, good job on this one. I'm going to go ahead and give you a thumbs up. Alright, next up we have SPGuard. You get our squeegee. You get 6 screen protectors. You get our dry cloth, the liquid that we need for installation, and our install guides. Alright, so first I'm going to peel off the screen protector here, and I'm going to spray down the screen of the watch a little bit first, and spray down the screen protector. Then you're going to have to eyeball it the best you can. You want to very gently squeegee out any water that you see. This is super fragile. And then once you're done with that, you can take your wipe and kind of wipe down the top and push down any of the edges. Okay, so the installation is all done, and as you can see, it is really ripply. That should disappear within 24 to 48 hours. So you'll have some time to get rid of those, and if you do see some bubbles under there, those should disappear as well. Now, I will say that this screen protector seems to cover more of the actual screen itself, but the other ones covered pretty much the parts that would get hit. This one seems to come a little further down to the metal, which you may or may not care about. The installation was a little bit more tedious because it is wet, and the screen protector also seemed to be flimsier than the other ones I also noticed. So let's go ahead and see how it works with our case cover. And it seems to work just as well as all the other ones, just as expected. So if you want to protect your phone all the way around, you can use the cover with the screen protector as well. Touch does not seem to be an issue either. Everything seems to be working just fine. Again, the wet installations I think are a little bit more than you really need to worry about. I would go ahead and give this one a thumbs down just because it is the wet installation, and they have ones that don't use wet installation that work just as well. But if you like the more coverage, then this one would probably be good for you. Next up, we have the Delta Shield. Alright, so here we have our install liquid, our little dry wipe. Here we have 6 screen protectors, our installation guide, and a squeegee. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and peel off one of these screen protectors. These definitely do seem to be thicker than the last ones I did. So go ahead and spray this down. Screen, spray it off a little bit. Once you're satisfied with the screen placement, I would tell you to kind of hold down on one end and very gently squeegee out the water. I absolutely hate these wet installs because the screen, it moves all over the place. You use your finger to kind of press down on that. And this, it's just not working. This I don't know if it's the liquid that they're using or what, but it doesn't seem to be staying down very well. The whole screen protector seems to be wanting to come up. You see, I'm done. Just stay away from these screen protectors. Again, I really hate these wet installations just because so much of a pain in the butt. Some of them work really, really well, and then some of them are like this one where the liquid just is too slippery and it just never wants to stay down. So stay away from Delta Shield. Next up we have ArmorSuit. This is the clear. Here we get 8 screens. You get our squeegee, our wipe. Doesn't look like you get anything to clean off your screen. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and peel off one of these screen protectors. Again, this one kind of seems like the same as Delta Shield. I'm going to spray down the screen. Spray off the screen of the watch and then go ahead and put this down. I'm going to squeegee out a little bit. You're going to have to eyeball it because you don't really have any other choice. There's no guides. You guys already know how I feel about these wet installs. It's just, it's more than you have to worry about. Like, why go through so much trouble when you can just use ones that don't use wet adhesive and are done? You don't have to wait 25 minutes to mess around with the edges. Okay, so I got this one down, and it's not perfect because it slides all over the place. It's really a pain in the butt to even try to do. As you can see, there is some orange peel effect on the screen. There are some bubbles, but they should go away. The edges are having problems staying down, most likely because it's not centered. And that's because it's super hard to get this exactly where you want it because it slides all over the place. So it does have that grippy touch, which I don't like. Touch seems to be working just fine, but again, it doesn't slide as well as some of the other screen protectors. I don't like this. I would tell you to stay away from it, so this one's going to get a thumbs down. So here we have the ArmorSuit, but this one is a matte. So again, this one's a wet installation. We get 8 screen protectors, your liquid, your squeegee and your wipe, but nothing to clean the screen off. So I'm going to go ahead and peel off one of these screen protectors here. Spray the screen protector. Spray the screen. Go ahead and put this down. Alright, so we do have it in place. We kind of have it squeegee down. So we're just going to push down some of the edges here. So that installation wasn't super horrible. I think the trick is to try to put down the least amount of liquid as possible, because even just a little bit, this thing slides all over the place. So I had to take it off of the watch and dry down the screen and then reapply it, but then it doesn't move around as easy, so you kind of have to place it even better. And then as you can see, there's more bubbles on here. Now the matte, as you can see, it doesn't reflect like the clear does, and it also feels super smooth. It does not feel grippy at all, which I absolutely love. The edges, you got to kind of work to get them to stay down, and it's also harder to get this placed directly in the middle with the wet installation. But as you can see, the matte does look pretty cool. It doesn't show glare as much. As you can see, it kind of dulls the screen a little bit, but touch works perfectly fine, no issues, and it feels super smooth. I love that. And as you can see from the screen, it doesn't show ripples like the clear one does, because it doesn't feel like that rubber grip. So the installation is really a pain in the butt, but I do like the way that this one looks, and if everything stays down the way that it should, this one is definitely better than the clear. And if those bubbles disappear as well, like I hope they do, this won't be too bad. So we'll go ahead and pop on our case. As you can see, it fits just fine, and it looks fine too. No issues there. So the matte I definitely like more than the clear, especially because it is nice and smooth and it doesn't give you that grippy feel. So I'll go ahead and give this one a thumbs up. Okay, next up we have the Skinomi. This is the matte skin. Here we have our dry wipe, we have our instruction guide, and we have 6 screen protectors. No squeegee, but we do get some liquid, so this is going to be a lot of fun. So I'll go ahead and peel off one of these screen protectors here. I'm going to spray this down just a little bit. You can eyeball this the best that you can. Since they don't give you a squeegee, you have to kind of use your finger as one. push out the bubbles, and even just pushing out the edges. I mean, really? The whole thing just seems to keep wanting to come up, and there's bubbles all over the place. It's just a huge pain in the butt to try to get to stick down. And it's not properly placed because it slides all over the place. So I'm done trying to get this installed properly. Skinomi doesn't even give you the proper tools that you need to properly get this onto your watch. I had to use a squeegee from another kit that I had, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. It looks horrible. I know the bubbles are supposed to, go away after a certain amount of time, but I don't even have a squeegee to get rid of these. I know you can probably use a credit card, but why can't Skinomi just give you a nice silicone squeegee like everybody else? So because of that, I would definitely tell you to just stay away from Skinomi. Maybe they'll learn later on down the road to give you everything you need for a proper installation like everybody else can. And lastly, we have the Skinomi clear screen protector, which I'm sure the installation is going to be just like the other one, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. So here you get 6 screen protectors, you get the liquid, you get a dry wipe, and you get your installation guide. No squeegee again. So I'm going to peel off one of the screen protectors here, apply just a little liquid, go ahead and put it on the watch. All right, so here we have the installation. I think it looks absolutely horrible. I can see the screen here. There's a whole bunch of bubbles. The screen does not look clear. It looks really cloudy. I don't know if you can see that. I know the bubbles will probably disappear, but as far as the cloudiness of the screen, I don't like that at all. It feels, like I said, a little grippy. No issues with the touch, but the screen does look cloudy. Again, I would just tell you to stay away from any of the wet installations, especially Skinomi, and they don't give you the squeegee which you need to get out all the bubbles and properly install the screen protector. So again, Skinomi, I hope you learn from this, but I'll definitely tell you to stay away from Skinomi screen protectors, and I'm going to give this one a thumbs down. So here we have a bumper case made by Max Protection. This does have protection around the sides for the watch, and it also has a built-in screen protector. So let's go and take a look at this. So even though it said online that this screen protector case was made for the Series 7, it is not. It's too small. So definitely stay away from this one. Then here we have a case protector by Spigen. This is the Ultra Hybrid. Crown seems to kind of work. It's rubbing a little bit on the side. Touch is horrible. Like, it's real. It's super grippy. It kind of seems to be working, but the crown is sticking a little bit. I actually don't think that this protector is made for this watch. It might be too small. So I would probably tell you to stay away from this one just because of the feel. It feels horrible. It doesn't feel like smooth plastic or glass. It's bad. So I would definitely tell you to stay away from this case protector. So everybody, that is it for all the best and worst screen protectors for the Apple Watch Series 7. Now, unfortunately, the fact of the matter is there aren't a lot of great screen protectors out there for the Apple Watch right now. As you saw, a lot of them are the wet type installation screen protectors. There are a couple that are not. That seems to work pretty well. The one I would probably definitely recommend if we can get them are some tempered glass screen protectors, which I couldn't find any. And the case with the built-in screen protectors, in my experience, I've used them on my the Series 6 Apple Watch, and the touch was kind of hit and miss. It did offer some good protection, but it added some bulk to the watch, and the touch kind of seemed off. So again, I would recommend some of the screen protectors that I showed you that were not the wet installation, and then just put one of these bumper style types over the the watch, and you should be good to go. So if you guys stuck with me all this way, thank you so much for all of your support. I really appreciate it. And if you guys could, please leave me a like if you guys like the video. Again, I will be putting links in the description for all these screen protectors in case you guys want to pick them up. And if you guys like me and want to support my channel, please use those links because it helps me keep purchasing products to do reviews to you guys. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell so that you guys know when I put out new videos. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.